asked them to pay the revenue on their cultivation, okay, which was not charged by them during the Mughal period. During the Mughal period or after that, they were not charged any revenue, because they were accepted, they were put into the category, or put into the these people were like a reserved type of people, reserve category they were. That means they were the mendicants, they were the beggars. Government would not, the heed to take tax or revenue from them. But the British government demanded. Afterwards, number 2, Hastings settlement policy. Warren Hastings, we have already discussed in my previous videos that Warren Hastings introduced Ijaradari system in the year 1773. So, by this Ijaradari system, by this settlement system, these sannyasi and faqirs had to pay because the agents of the government who accepted the ijara of any area. So the area where the sannyasi and fakir used to live, so they were entitled, they were forced to pay the revenue by the Hastings settlement policy. Afterwards, political crisis. Actually, we also see that after the downfall of the Mughal Empire, many people, not only besides sannyasis and faqirs, many people, they used to engage, they were employed in the Mughal period as soldiers, and different sectors they were employed. But once the downfall of the Mughal Empire had taken place, so all had become unemployed. Okay, so these political changes had brought a turmoil, brought a very big differences, very big changes in the life of the sannyasi and faqirs. So this political crisis, and another political crisis before 1770 famine. Okay, we see that this sannyasi and faqirs used to loiter here and there. They were very independent. They used to cultivate, but no revenue. There was no restriction on their movement and all that. But once the British government established so many restrictions, the sannyasi, fakir, and besides them, other people of that time had also to face because of the political changes, because of the political crisis. Afterwards, pilgrim tax. These sannyasi and faqirs, they used to take pilgrim. They used to visit the holy places. Okay, British government had restricted them and demanded to pay the pilgrim tax. That was also injustice on the part of the sannyasi and faqirs. So that also triggered, that also caused for the sannyasi and fakir rebellion. Afterwards, famine of 1770. And there's a book I've already told you in my previous lecture of my video, previous lecture. What did I tell you? That there's a book written by W. Hunter, Annals of Rural Bengal. In that he had sketched the picture of the deplorable condition after the crisis of 1770. So that crisis and that famine had changed the socio-economic condition of the people of Bengal. And sannyasis and faqirs were highly influenced, or they had the bad impact of that famine of 1770. Okay, famine of 1770. This is causes a characteristics if we go to discuss. That is, there's a historian, W. Hunter, William Wilson Hunter plus Thomas, what they called this sannyasi and fakir rebellion, peasant rebellion. They called this Thomas and W. Hunter, William Wilson Hunter called sannyasi and fakir rebellion as peasant rebellion. Number 2, guerrilla tactics. Guerrilla tactics when they could not face the colonial soldiers, British soldiers, okay, or the zamindars and the soldiers of zamindars. Okay, so they had accepted the tactics of guerrilla warfare. Afterwards, communal harmony. This is very important characteristics of the sannyasi and fakir rebellion. Why? Because here we see that sannyasi, they were the Hindu brothers, faqirs, they were the Muslim brothers. But Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion, when it was started, both Hindu brothers and Muslim brothers fought together, they fought shoulder to shoulder. So in that way, it had a very good feature, very good characteristics, communal harmony. Okay, number 4, anti-colonial revolt. You all know it is anti-colonial because it was against the British government. Afterwards, it is also said that it was the first revolt against the British government. British government actually, we see after the Battle of Buxar 1764 and after the Treaty of Allahabad 1765, the British government, we can say, established. But after 1765, before 1765, no revolt or rebellion had taken place against the British government, because at that time British government was not established. So after the establishment of British government, it was the first rebellion. It was the first rebellion by the Sannyasi and Faqirs. One more information from 1763. Just we take one landmark year, 1763. From when the Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion started, 1763. From 1763 to 1856, before that, 1 year before the revolt of 1857, about 40 rebellion or revolts or movements had taken place. 40. Okay, so this Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion was the first rebellion against the British government or colonial government. Warren Hastings, what he opined related to Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion, he called this rebellion by the Sannyasi and Faqirs, he called disturbances caused by mendicants and professional bandits. Disturbance caused by mendicants and professional bandits. This is said by Warren Hastings regarding Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion of 1763 and 1800. One another question, that what were the failures, or what were the causes of its failure? What were the causes of its failure? For 2 marks, this question appeared in 2019 Madhyamik Pariksha. So what will you write? Number 1 cause, you will write that they were the weapon of Faqir and Sannyasis, those weapons were traditional weapons, whereas the weapons of the British government or colonial officers, that was very sophisticated and very modern. Number 1 cause of the failure. Second cause, the rebellion, Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion, was not very organized. Organizational crisis there. Number 2, organizational crisis existed there. That is why they could not face. Number 3, cause of the failure, we will write down that the leaders of British government, they were highly trained, but the leaders of Sannyasi and Faqir, example could be given. Bhavani Pathak, Chirag Ali, Devi Chaudrani, and Manju Shah and Musa Shah, they were not trained leaders. They were not trained leaders. So inefficient leadership also became the cause of the failure of the revolt of, rebellion of 1763-1800. So these were the Faqir and Sannyasi rebellion. So what we have discussed, Sannyasi we have discussed, Faqir we have discussed, places of this rebellion we have discussed about leaders, we have discussed about Devi Chaudrani, that question appeared in 2019. Okay, and that question appeared that who was the leader of the Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion in MCQ. So answer is Devi Chaudrani. So we discussed about causes of the Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion. We discussed about characteristics of the Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion, and it's another important cause, which is that Bankim Chandra Chatterjee had discussed about Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion in his most popular drama Devi Chaudrani, and he also discussed about Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion in Anand Mat. Okay, so this is about Munda and Sannyasi and Faqir rebellion. I hope you have liked the class, and I hope that you were sitting with pen, paper, what information I have imparted, you have noted down. Okay, and what question I have told you, you have noted down, solve it. And if you have any problem, comment box is there, write your problem. If you have if any question is striking in your mind related to this topic, okay, write down in your comment box. I will certainly answer of your question. So till today, this much. Next class again, I will come with another topic of chapter number 3. Thank you very much. Give me now permission. Fine.